Hey friends, welcome to Watcher of Realms video. I'm going to speak about some very important heroes because this weekend is a brilliant weekend for collecting heroes, especially the new fellows. You're going to have a good time because apart from the old full gang, all the three portals are going to be open, which is the regular portal, then the divines, so you will be able to use your divines, which have a good possibility of pulling legendary heroes, and of course the ancient. So let's dive in quickly and see what is available where. So we're going to go straight into the invocation of spirits, which is the blue fellows, which are available. So on Friday everything arrives. Ancient obviously arrives on Saturday, and there you are. So there's going to be special divine summoning, so you'll be able to use your divine crystals. That is the legendary golden crystals, and in special invocation of spirits, you'll be able to use your blue crystals. Now, the other good thing that is going on is we have got over here some ancients available and a good chunk of blue crystals also available. So this is really a welcome thing that has happened. And of course, you clear certain things, you go to the redeem shop and collect ancient crystals. So the good thing is it's going to be all these are opening up the immortal codex. When you enter, you can see it has opened up, and this one is opening up in 2 days, which means you can score those early points. And I'm not talking with the top ranked fellows, they will as it is crack it. But for every player, you can basically collect your points from here and go to the redeem shop and pick up the ancient crystals and go and have fun in terms of your pulls. So yes, please do remember that. I will, of course, I have 2,300 got from the first one. So I will, of course, go and convert, and I will collect the others. Now, having said that, let's go to the actual reason for the video. I digressed, but that was an important digression. So, this is the offering that is available. 5 fellows. We have 2 legendaries and 3 epics. So the epics: Theowin, Cyclone, and Titus. Very unique. Massive cost Titus has, blocks 3. And well, there are certain benefits, but then as you progress forward in the game, you will collect heroes, and this guy becomes absolutely useless. So I want to say that. However, in faction trials, he can be put to good use. So eventually, you can go over here and see this showcases how much use this guy has. There is, I think, one particular spot in Immortal Codex where he comes in handy, and also in Gear Dungeon too, but I don't know much. But somebody was speaking about it, so I guess there must be some kind of a video. If I trace out, I will surely put the link in the description. This hero, again, go back to the review and you can see very poor ratings given. I have copies of him. I'm just waiting to reach that particular spot in the Odyssey where I have to dismiss 20 epics. He's going to be gone. I have him at A5, excellent hero. So if you don't have, this is the place to get him. You can see he's not absolutely game changing, but for the beginning, he's useful. And again, very clearly for Codex, he is useful again. Let me see where it is. Immortal Codex, he's got a decent number. But by the time people go and play the Immortal Codex, they have collected certain heroes. So that's that. But he's still useful in various aspects of the game. Let's go to the legendaries. Hatsut. So those who don't have will obviously pull and should pull. Brilliant hero. Very clearly, she's a marksman, piercer. So the benefit of the piercer is piercing Light armor, magic, of course, in one video I had said light armor. Magic pierces heavy armor. I correct myself. And then, of course, her, really, excuse me, as I'm speaking more, throat is becoming dry. And I end up, not, I shouldn't say I have to, but I end up coughing. So let's irrigate my throat. Okay. That's good. Now let's get back into the discussion. I'm still traveling, but my VPN started working, so I'm using my iPad again. And I'm happy because iPad gives a bigger screen, helps. So she gives burst damage and AoE attack. No, she does have a limitation. Basically, it's those three tiles. So at close up, she is absolutely devastating. That's it. So brilliant hero, and I would love to get her. She is being missed. But what makes her absolutely insane is the cost is 12 and she does so much pain, causes so much pain. So that's that. In terms of her awakenings, enhancement of the soul drain, attack up, ghastly stealth duration, so yes, penetration. And the last one will be ghastly burst duration increases by 1 second. So okay, not so crazy. Now I would like to go into the max just to see the. Now she's one of the early heroes. She obviously has a very very low drop rate, and when I look at it, this part is a little disappointing. And when she is fully done up, she'll require gear support to increase the attack, HP. The good part is her attack interval is 2 seconds, so actually attack speed can be given a little bit of a miss, and concentration could be done on very clearly HP, attack, defense, and um, crit rate and damage. Why? Defense is low, magic resistance is comparatively low when I look at others, but then low cost, when I look at the marksman, it should be fairly in line. I'm going to go quickly and look at the marksman chick. Actually, there is one over there, but I want to see the one that I have. No, let's go to the. Yeah, let's look at him. Okay. Yeah, it's in line, it's in line. Okay, fair enough. Not too. So I will have to repeat again, and that is um, very clearly Moonton has ensured that they maintain stats. They haven't gone crazy by new introductions of heroes getting over loaded with better stats, so that's good. But still a little bit on the lower side. I would say 939 is somewhat lower, defense okay. So that's that. But the good part is 2 second attack interval is excellent, which means you can really speed her up with a little bit of attack speed. Of course, rage, regen auto, and then the attack and being attacked helps. So that's that. You can clearly go and see over here. It's 555 everywhere. This is insane feedback that has come, and that's a good number. That means quite a few fellows have her. Okay, having said that, another thing that you notice is the lower, 4.9 and 4.8 is lesser compared to the people who have given fives. That's a really overriding one. So, yeah, I mean, she is brilliant, Hatsut. Let's go to an unknown fellow who's coming. Another mage, magic damage. She is marksman piercer. Yeah. Is she part of? She's part of the Nightmare family. Got it. So Glacius, Northerner faction, mage, magic damage, and special is, or the ultimate is burst damage and freeze. Brilliant. There are quite a few freezing fellows who have dropped in now in the game recently, so he can go hunting together. There's another. He looks like the freezing pal or frozen pal or twin of Vortex. Let's look at the awakenings. Is there something crazy? When there are only one target in range, increases damage by 15%, with an extra 15% damage dealt to targets inflicted with freeze. Brilliant. He can freeze and whack harder. Attack goes up, increases the shield strength gained by 20%. When shielded, increases damage dealt. Wow. Crit, and the last one should be absolute grand finale. Upon receiving fatal damage for the first time, triggers ice barrier for 10 seconds. So there is an invig. Awesome. Sorry, not invig. Unyielding. Sorry, I'm still learning a few things. When it expires, the hero restores 30% HP and 100% rage and gains a 50% shield for 10 seconds. Fuck. I mean, people will pull for this fucker because this is insane. Which means he cannot be killed. Wow. Wow. This is one of the best Awakened 5s. Well, it's written in simple language. Read it. It's awesome. Okay, so of course I need to go over here. There are many things I'm still learning. HP on the lower side, but then there is insanity already written in that Awakened 5. So they have to balance it somehow. Attack, I would say, is decent. For a mage, defense is low, magic resistance is high. Defense being low because the vulnerability has to be created so he can be whacked. Cost is 19, okay. Redeployment is 55 seconds. Attack interval 2.6 is standard, so can be speeded up using gears and artifacts. And the other stuff is also elementary. So wow, this is absolutely amazing. So yeah, Glacius is superb and I'm quite sure he's going to be chased. I will leave it at that. Now, we go to a crazy one. So Spiritual Altar Summon Heroes, yeah, that is going to come. Corridor of Glory, Level Up and Star Up, okay. All these are coming, the usual quests, so that's nice, and Bounty. Nice. So there's a bounty challenge. Nice. It's going to give shards, not a crystal. Remember that. Okay, and Duel of Champs. That's also good. Okay, let's go into this. So there are two absolutely top heroes coming. Let's go with Talon first. So he's an arbiter and esotericist. Talon is a fighter, magic damager, which means he is badass against heavy armor. Magic fighter, AoE damage, that's his special or the ultimate as they call in this game. Cost is 20. Let's look at his awakenings. 20% chance, 25% chance of not consuming radiant erosion when ruthless splendor triggers. So yeah, that's my dry throat. Okay, so I'm going to skip some of the stuffs which is easy to read. Okay, Luminous Strike, badass. Okay, now going back, we go in here and we do the max. So what is really amazing over here is high HP. Now my understanding of the game is high HP because he's a ground hero. So the platform fellows get lesser HP because they get whacked less also. So the ground fellows take absolute brute damage. So since he's a fighter, that is spurred up. His defense is like mind-bogglingly, I think, 5 times or almost 4.5 times the mages that we just saw. Magic resistance, being a magic fellow, is, I would say, standard. Cost 20, blocks 2 and 60 deployment, 2.5 seconds, and rest is the same. Okay, now what I need to check is this. Increases damage in the arena by 15%, which means he increases this for the whole gang, I guess. But also, because he's not been given -5, shows what a badass he is, and this is the balancing factor. So the only exception of getting cost reduced, despite being a super duper hyper level of badass, hypersonic badass is what I mean, is Valderon. Well, that also happens. You need some hooks, right? So that's Talon, totally, and will be useful in faction trials across 2 factions. So that's really awesome. I don't know whether there's an arbiter one. I don't think so. So I have to find out. I've not been following much and letting go, so I have to do a little bit of an auto there. Let's look at this chick. So there is a video. Let's watch. Nah, the video is a little not cool. They can do a better job. Come on, guys. You guys are not a small game. Okay. Now this part is not tasty at all. Now this portion, when you look at this all part is good. The game needs to remember that now, and we as content creators have to remind the game that, hey guys, you are in the second year, which means you're not a first year small game, ordinary game. You're a second year growing game, which means your visuals, graphics, hero design, pictures, videos, they have to now start moving towards being classy, while you can still make it sensuous, sexy. We all understand why you do that, but just make it a little cool and graceful. Having said that, she's a mage, magic damage, and I can see she has the same range as Dahlia, who now gets a competition. What is super special about her is she's a lord of both the factions. So she's a lord of the Watch Guard and of the Arbiter, which means Praetus gets a Chiquita to join the gang, which means he loses the title of Pope and goes on to become just straightforward Praetus, the Lord of the Arbiter. And she outranks him in a way because she's got 2 kingdoms, the Watcher and the Arbiter. So, yeah, it is what it is. I will not say anything further on that. So she gets the radiant glory of there. Now, she also increases damage in the arena by 15% of the gang. She is powerful, that's why she's not been given the cost reduction, which is 25. Her ultimate is mode switch. I want to understand what mode switch is. Burning and 2 damage. So burning and 2 damage is absolute badass. Now let's search for mode switch. Has to be written somewhere or explained somewhere, or else I will say check one of the test server guys video. They would have explained it. Let's go and peep into the awakens. Stellar mode, radiant erosion. Okay. Okay. So this one is for the now, not there. Penetration and solar flare ignores 25% magic resistance. So her ultimate, because she's got one foot in this kingdom and one foot in that kingdom, they are alternating in their own kind of ways. And that's one thing. But then, I mean, she is still brilliant in terms of, okay, okay. She is still brilliant as a hero, and she's a mage with a massively high range. Obviously, it is a single line range, and we have used Dahlia, so we have an idea as to how to use this particular range. There are positives about this range, and there are negatives about this range. Positive is obviously some important locations she covers for a longer yeah, so for a longer, how do I say, area, but not a wider area. So there are very few places she can be deployed. That's the funny part about things. Whereas the regular fellows who cover 3 tiles and then three by three or 3 by 4, they can be placed at multiple places because then they basically cover a broad and a long area. But in her case, there are many spots where she just cannot be placed because she just covers one line. We have also learned that with Dahlia. So, but another point is the portion that she covers, she kicks ass. So that's also there. So we'll find out. The test server access fellows have posted some videos, so please check that out. Okay, let's go into the hero details. And we go to the max. Okay, so I would say that's a fairly decent HP. Massive attack, huge. Defense is low, obviously vulnerability has to be kept. Magic resistance is, I would say, on the higher side, which means she should be able to survive. Cost 25 is on the higher side, I mean similar to Praetus if I remember. Attack interval of 3 seconds is slow, will require attack speed from here, artifact, and rage regen chicks. Yeah, we have chicks that speed up in this game. We have basically chicks who do a lot of things in this game. Okay. Now, brilliant hero, very clearly, at least theoretically as I read. And covering 2 factions as a lord is itself a reason to summon and aim to get her. That's it. So that's the stuff that is available during this weekend, and there's a host of quests lined up in line with that. That's about it. So what I'm going to say is good luck for all the summons, and best wishes that you get the hero that you want. I'm going to wish myself that I get Hatsut and Glacius and these two. And between these two, if I have to get someone, then I will want her. Though I really would like to get this fellow. So, yeah, I would like to get Talon. Full stop. I will leave it at that. Talon would be my first choice. And yeah, because he'll come into play. I'm still confused. I don't know why. But we'll see who pops up. Either of them will be good. Talon is useful as a fighter, but then as I was saying, I realized that I have got enough fighters. But then he is a magic fighter who comes in handy in a lot of places. But then so does she. So let's see. Yeah. So that's it. Thanks for watching. A confused me in the last minute. And cheers. See you in the next video.